Top stories tonight. President Muhammadu Buhari appeals to Nigerians to embrace peace. House of Representatives resolves to investigate utilization of ecological fund. NPC inaugurates service call center ahead of 2023 population census. Good evening and thank you for joining us on NTA Abeokuta Channel 12 News. My name is Anyala Balogun. Now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has made a personal appeal to Nigerians to not only be tolerant of one another but embrace peace and harmonious coexistence. This, is said, is the only way for the country to remain on the path of sustainable future. The president stated this while speaking to newsmen after a guided tour of the Genocide Memorial in Kigali. State House correspondent Damu Sambo has the report.
It was a solemn and indeed epoch-making event as President Muhammadu Buhari performed a symbolic wreath-laying ritual at the Kigali Genocide Memorial. The visit on the margins of the ongoing Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting was to honor the victims of the 1994 Rwandan genocide. Opened in 2004 on the 10th anniversary of the genocide against the Tutsis, the memorial is the final resting place for more than 250,000 out of the 1 million victims of the genocide. President Buhari was told that for survivors, friends, and family of those killed, the memorial is a place they can call home and always come to remember their loved ones. The Nigerian leader undertook a guided tour of 3 permanent exhibitions as well as the memorial gardens, a place for quiet contemplation about the history of the genocide. During the visit, President Buhari paid tribute to the memory of the victims and prayed for healing for the survivors.
The civil war we fought, 30 months of furious civil war, we killed about 1 million of each other, Nigerians, you know. We went through this terrible development process. What have we done to record our own historical antecedents? I think we should do that. The experience from 15th January 1966 to date, I went all through it. I was a governor, I was a minister, I was a head of state, I was in detention. I've come back into partisan politics and I'm finishing my 2 terms as constitutionally allowed.
Before departing, the president also wrote in the visitor's book that Nigeria is strongly committed to the prevention of mass atrocity anywhere in the world and believes that perpetrators of such crimes and their enablers be held accountable. He prayed that humanity will never experience this kind of hatred, wickedness, and violence towards others because of their ethnic background, religion, and from Kigali, Rwanda. Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Nigeria today unveils its strategy document for accelerating human capital development. Performing the launch of the document in Abuja, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says the Nigerian government recognizes the role human capital development plays in driving sustained economic growth, boosting productivity, and reducing poverty. The House of Representatives has passed a resolution to conduct an investigation on the utilization of ecological fund by benefiting ministries, departments, and agencies of government from 2010 to 2022. This is coming on the heels of allegations that beneficiaries of the fund have ignored efforts to make them accountable. The motion from Representative Femi Bamishile noted that the fund is an intervention of the federal government to address the various ecological challenges across the country. The federal, states, local governments, and the Federal Capital Territory, including National Emergency Management Agency, National Agency for the Great Green Wall, Northeast Development Commission, and National Agricultural Land Development Agency, received money from the fund through the Federal Allocation Committee. The Association of Registrars of Nigerian Universities, ARUN, is recommending alternative approach for university unions to press home their demands rather than resorting to strikes. The association stresses that strike, though beneficial to some extent, is becoming detrimental to the development of the university system. Emmanuel Anyemiro reports that the body of registrars is worried about how strike by all the 4 university-based unions is disrupting academic activities with grave consequences on the students' quality of education and the economy of the country. Managing trade unions and university administration in an era of uncertainty is a new task the Association of Registrars of Nigerian Universities wants all stakeholders in the education sector to consider going forward. National Population Commission has inaugurated a service call center at its headquarters in Abuja aimed at enhancing an effective interface with Nigerians ahead of the 2023 population and housing census. Olusheye Adiago has details.
The Integrated Communication Center is already establishing its interactive forum at the Situation Room of the National Population Commission.
We are on to National Population Commission Call Center.
The facility, according to these population managers, is to provide solutions to complaints and inquiries through which information will be obtained, clarified, and feedback received on the census activities and process.
That we are really on the right path to making sure we conduct the 2023 population and housing census creditably. We are going to involve Nigerians.
And they're doing everything in their power to make sure that we have a transparent and credible census of international standard with a high integrity.
The call center is equipped with modern information and communication technology facilities for video conferencing, emails, and phone calls.
Working with 3 E1 lines, which is 90 channels of concurrent calls netting into the call center, with 30 agents seated to receive calls as and when the calls come in.
And from now we hope to work from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day for the next 2 months on the interim to take care of our trial census operations. And the call center is an integral part of a digital census.
There is an indication that 16 years after the last census, these activities as well as preparations as the Nigeria's apex population body, the country now looks ready to go again to conduct its next population and housing census proposed for April 2023. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
Ondo State Executive Council has constituted a 5-man committee to judiciously and transparently manage the funds contributed by donors for alleviating the pains of the June 5 Owagon attack victims and their families. The State Commissioner for Finance, Wale Akintariwa, briefed journalists after the State Executive Council meeting. Abiola Ario reports.
The chairman of the committee is the Commissioner for Finance, Wale Akintariwa, who listed other members of the committee to include the Special Advisor to the Governor on Union Matters and Special Duties, Mr. Daria Ragbaye, Commissioner for Health, Dr. Banji Ajaka, Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Mrs. Juliana Oshadaun, and the parish priest of St. Francis Catholic Church, Owaluwa, Reverend Father Vincent and Nadi.
The Council at the meeting set up a 5-man committee to judiciously and transparently manage the funds contributed by donors exclusively towards alleviating the pains of the affected worshippers and their families. Council also approved that the Governor should, as a matter of urgency, issue an executive order mandating all places of worship, event centers, shopping malls, hotels, and other public places where significant number of people gather to install functional closed-circuit television equipment and provide adequate private security personnel within and around their premises.
He charged the public to channel further contributions and offers of support to the victims and family members through the Catholic Diocese of Ondo or the state governments to ensure proper accountability and transparency. In Akure, Abeokuta, NTA News.
You're tuned to Channel 12 News at NTA Abeokuta. More news after this time out. Stay with us.
God! Me, wait, don't be hungry. Everybody knows, say, I be real person. Even for my acting. Now, original. Enjoy my people. As now they see me so, I know they joke with anything where they bring rich flavor, total nutrition, and great taste. Like my Checkers custard milk 3-in-1, the Totorica, Danda, and rich custard.
Can someone get these two out of my set now?
Good thing good, I beg. I no go lie. This na custard.
Checkers. Na custard be that.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. No cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
Welcome back. In a world of business, World Bank says slated to lose 19 billion naira in oil and gas revenue in 2022 as Tinkan Port reflects decades of neglect. Details in our business news segment with Rhoda Bonifadi.
The World Bank says Nigerian state will likely lose 18.8 billion naira in oil and gas revenues in 2022 as worsening revenue collection at the federation level increases budgetary pressure for the state. The Washington-based bank said this in its Nigerian Development Update report titled The Continuing Urgency of Business Unusual. According to the lending bank, the declining revenue for the federation level has put many states in a precarious fiscal position. The bank warned that many states would be unable to meet up with their expenditures, adding that there was an increase in debt servicing expenditure of states. The Minister of State for Transportation, Gwemisola Saraki, says the state of Tinkan Island Seaport has shown decades of neglect. Saraki, who said it during a ministerial tour of the Lagos port, also called for a total reconstruction of the quay walls of the Tinkan Island Port Complex, which she said has become weak due to age. She also restated that it is important to modernize the port and get it ready for bigger vessels. And that's all in our business news segment. Over to you, studio.
Thank you, Roger. On the entertainment scene, let's join Oluwaseyi Adeleye for latest in a world of entertainment.
Nollywood actress Omowumi Ajiboye is on a elated mood as she bags an award. The actress beat fellow actresses Bukola Arugba, Wunmi Toriola, Adunni Ade, and Mobimpe to clinch the award of the Best Nollywood Actress in Yoruba at the just concluded Golden Stars Award. Omowumi Ajiboye, who couldn't contain her joy, took to Instagram to celebrate her new achievements and credited her husband Segun Ogungbe and her team for the award. Meanwhile, another Nollywood actress, Adesuwa Etomi Wellington, is taking her career to another level as she ventures into a new business. The wife of Banky W revealed that she had found a new calling aside acting and singing. Adesuwa Etomi stated that she is ready to give Talamode Beauty and other celebrity makeup artists a run for their money with her latest venture, sharing a video of her taking a makeup scene with actress Kate Henshaw. And finally, from the entertainment scene, Nollywood actress Annie Idibia couldn't stop blushing as her husband Two-Face Idibia paid her a surprise visit. The actress, who has been on a set of a new movie for days with actor Stan Nze, couldn't contain her joy as her husband walked into the room. Annie Idibia could be seen in video making rounds, beaming with joy as she held tightly to her man. Annie had to suspend all filming as she took a break to be with him. The sweet video, which was shared by Stan Nze, has melted hearts of the fans. Annie Idibia also reposted the video. And that's all on entertainment news. Oluwaseyi Adeleye.
Sports update is next with Chikunozo Nwaboze.
President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the return of Nigeria to international basketball after FIBA, Nigeria Basketball Federation, and concerned parties agreed to work towards resolving the crisis that has stunted the growth of the game in Nigeria. Permanent Secretary, Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Ismail Abubakar, while announcing the withdrawal, warned that there must be strict compliance with undertakings made during negotiations.
President Muhammad Buhari, in order to avoid sending basketball development into a long period of suspension, when MBBF have now committed to resolution of the issues, has approved the return of Nigeria to international basketball immediately. The President has directed the Ministry of Youth and Sports to ensure the speedy implementation of the undertaking.
In tennis, Serena Williams and Ons Jabeur Thursday withdrew from the Eastbourne doubles due to a right knee injury to the Tunisian. The pair had advanced to the semi-finals of the tournament after winning their first 2 matches. Williams fought to make her return to tennis this week after a year out following an injury and will be competing in this year's Wimbledon Championship, which serves off on Monday. And in football, a court in Argentina has ruled that the 8 medical staff accused of criminal negligence in the death of legendary football icon Diego Maradona are to stand trial for culpable homicide after being found wanting by a medical panel. If convicted, the accused might spend between 8 and 25 years in prison. Maradona died of heart attack in November 2020, aged 60. With sports updates, Chukunonsonwa Boise, NTA News.
That's it on the news at 7 tonight. Good evening. I'm Anila Alu.
Me, where don't they hungry? Everybody knows, say, I be real person. Even for my acting. Now, original. Enjoy my people. As now they see me so, I know they joke with anything where they bring rich flavor, total nutrition, and great taste. Like my Checkers custard make 3-in-1, the Totorica, Danda, and rich custard.
Can someone get these 2 out of my set now?
Good thing good, I beg. I no go lie. This my custard.
Checkers. My custard be that.